Physiographic divisions of Tamil Nadu. Under this topic, next we are going to see about the drainage. First, we have to understand what is meant by the word drainage in geography. We all know that rivers are absolutely important in our day-to-day life. These rivers carry water and nutrients along with them as they flow. All the rivers in India form a river system which is known as the drainage system of India. Rivers and river system together form the drainage system of India. Here we are going to see about the drainage system of Tamil Nadu. That is about the complete journey of the river. That is from where they originate, where do they flow, what are its tributaries and distributaries, and about its formation of delta, and finally where do they end. So in this topic we are going to study about the complete journey of the river. First we have to understand some basic concepts which are used in the river system. First we have to know about what is meant by a tributary. When a number of smaller rivers join the main river, we call those as tributaries. In the picture in zone 1, you can see many smaller rivers join the main river. Therefore, these smaller rivers are called as the tributaries of the main river. For example, river Yamuna is a tributary of river Ganga, which means river Ganga is the main river and the smaller river Yamuna joins with river Ganga. Therefore, river Yamuna is called as the tributary of river Ganga. Next we will see what is meant by a distributary. In zone 3 of the picture, you can see an example of distributary. That is, the main river breaks up into smaller streams or river called as distributaries. Next we will see what is meant by a delta. A river delta is a landform that forms at the mouth of a river. So this river delta is found at the mouth of the river. The mouth of a river means it is a place where the river flows into an ocean. So on the river கடல்ல கலக்கிற அந்த இடத்தை தான் நம்ம வந்து mouth of the river சொல்றோம். In this delta region, the river deposits all its sediments which they carry along and it forms the typical triangular shape. Hence, it is named as a delta. This delta region is very fertile and helps in cultivation. Rivers and river system together forms the drainage system. We will start with the drainage system of Tamil Nadu. Since the study about the river system is an important topic, I would like to explain the topic line by line to you. So students, you also keep the book by your side. Move to page 91. That is the physical map of Tamil Nadu. Follow the class. Identify the rivers and places in your map so that you can understand the lesson better. Coming to the lesson, rivers of Tamil Nadu are its lifeline. So rivers are absolutely important in our day-to-day life. Though there are many rivers in Tamil Nadu, some of the famous rivers are Kaveri, Palar, Ponnayar, Vaigai and Tamarabarni. Most of the rivers of Tamil Nadu originate in the Western Ghats. As already we have seen this while we studied about the Western Ghats, most of the rivers originate in the Western Ghats and they flow towards east and finally they drain in Bay of Bengal. All the rivers of the state are non-perennial except Tamarabarni. Here non-perennial means the rivers are periodic in nature and do not flow throughout the year. So all the rivers are non-perennial, but river Tamarabarni is perennial because it receives rain in both the southwest and northeast monsoon season. So therefore it is a permanent river that flows throughout the year. Students, open the physical map of Tamil Nadu in your book. First we will see about the river Kaveri. The river Kaveri originates at Talakaveri in the Brahmagiri hills of Kodagu district of Karnataka in the Western Ghats. That is, the river Kaveri originates in the Western Ghats. As we already know, most of the rivers of Tamil Nadu originates in the Western Ghats. Here, the river Kaveri also originates in the Western Ghats in Karnataka state in a place called Talakaveri, which is in Brahmagiri hills of Kodagu district. Kodagu district is also called as Coorg district in English. About 416 km of its course falls in Tamil Nadu. That is, river Kaveri flows for about 416 km in the state of Karnataka and then it falls in Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, it serves as the boundary between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu for a distance of 64 km. So in the boundary region, which is highlighted in yellow color, in the boundary of the state Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, in this region, it travels for 64 km. It forms Okanakkal waterfalls in Dharmaburi district. Okanakkal waterfalls, you would be familiar with this waterfalls, which is in Dharmaburi district. It is formed by river Kaveri. A Mettur dam, also called as Stanley Reservoir, is located across this river in Salem district. So across this river Kaveri, a dam is built for the purpose of storing water, which is in Salem district. So dam and reservoir means a place where the water is stored. Mettur dam is also called as Stanley Reservoir. A tributary called Bhavani joins Kaveri on the right bank about 45 km from the Mettur Reservoir. So from Mettur Dam at about 45 km, a tributary called Bhavani joins the Kaveri. As we have already seen what is meant by a tributary, it is a smaller river which joins the main river. Here the main river is Kaveri and its tributary is river Bhavani. Thereafter it takes easterly course to enter into the plains of Tamil Nadu, which means the river Kaveri along with its tributary, it takes a easterly turn. It turns towards east to enter into the plains of Tamil Nadu. You already know what is a plain. ஒரு சமவெளியை தான் நம்ம பிளெயின்னு சொல்கிறோம். In this place, after it enters into the plain, two more tributaries called as Noyal and Amaravati confluence the river on the right bank of Tirumukkudal, 10 km from Karur. They also join the main river, that is river Kaveri, on the right side of Tirumukkudal, in a place called Tirumukkudal, which is 10 km from Karur. In this place, the river is wider. The river becomes wider. Already it is a plain surface, and along with its tributaries, the river becomes wider, and therefore it is called as Agandra Kaveri in this region. In Tiruchirappalli district, the river Kaveri branches into two parts. That is, it splits into two parts. The northern branch is called as Kolarun or Kollidam in Tamil, and the southern branch remains Kaveri. The northern part of the river is called as Kollidam or Kolarun, and the southern branch retains the name as Kaveri. From here the Kaveri delta begins. So from the place where it splits, from that region the Kaveri delta begins. After flowing for about 16 km, the two branches join again to form the Srirangam Island. So after the split, it flows for 16 kilometers, and after 16 kilometers it again joins, that is, the Kollidam and Kaveri joins, forming an island called as Srirangam Island. So island is a place which is surrounded by water on all sides. So therefore this Kaveri river after the split forms an island called as the Srirangam Island. The Grand Anicut, also called as Kallanai, was built across the river Kaveri. So again a dam is built across the river Kaveri called as Kallanai. Already in Salem district, Mettur Dam was built across this river. Here in Tiruchirappalli district, Kallanai is built across this river for the purpose of storing water. After Kallanai, the river breaks into a large number of distributaries. We have also seen what is meant by distributaries. The main river is split into a number of smaller streams or rivers called as distributaries. And these distributaries forms a network all over the delta. So even though they are split, they are interconnected all over the delta. Here the delta region is highlighted in yellow color, which is roughly triangular in shape, and there you can find the distributaries of the river Kaveri. The network of distributaries within the delta of Kaveri in the coast is called as the Garden of Southern India. Even though the river is split, but they are interconnected within the delta. This region is very fertile and helps in cultivation. So this region is called as the Garden of Southern India. It merges into Bay of Bengal to the south of Cuddalore. Finally, the river ends in Bay of Bengal, that is to the south of Cuddalore. Paragraph questions. You can answer the second question. Write an account on river Kaveri. And coming to the answer the following questions briefly. You can answer the fifth question. Name the major islands of Tamil Nadu. In page number 92 of your book, you can find the answer for this question. Pamban, Hare, Krusadai, Nalathani Tivu, Pullivasal, Srirangam, Upputani, Island Grounds, Kattupulli Island, Kubil Island, and Vivekananda Rock Memorial are the major islands of Tamil Nadu. In the physical map of Tamil Nadu, you can locate these islands in the southeast coastal region. Next, we will see about the river Palar. The river Palar rises beyond Talagavara village in the Kolar district of Karnataka. This river also rises in the Karnataka state in Kolar district. The Palar river drains an area of 17,871 square kilometer. That is, this river covers an area of 17,871 kilometer and it deposits its sediments in this area. Out of the total area covered, about 57% lies in Tamil Nadu and the remaining 43% lies in the state of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Ponnai, Gaundinya Nadi, Malatar, Cheyyar and Kiliyar are its major tributaries. So these are the smaller rivers called as the tributaries and they join the main river Palar. In total length, that is the total distance covered by the river Palar is 348 km, out of which 222 km of its course falls in Tamil Nadu. You can easily find it out from the map. The river Palar originates in Karnataka state and then it travels for some distance and then it enters into the state of Andhra Pradesh. There it flows through a short distance and then it enters the Tamil Nadu state. In Tamil Nadu, it travels the maximum distance. That is, it covers about 222 kilometers in Tamil Nadu. And then in Tamil Nadu, it flows through the districts of Vellore and Kanchipuram. And finally, it enters Bay of Bengal near a place called Kovattur. Next, we will see about Tenpeniyar or Tenponeyar river. This river originates from the eastern slope of Nandidurga hills in eastern Karnataka. So this river also originates in the Karnataka state in the eastern slope of Nandidurga hills. Tenpeniyar river drains an area of 16,019 square kilometer, of which nearly 77% lies in Tamil Nadu. That is, this river covers an area of 16,019 square kilometer totally and it drains its sediments in this region. Out of the total area covered, about 77% of the area lies in Tamil Nadu. Even though most of the rivers originate from the Karnataka state, these rivers flow through and covers a maximum percentage of area in Tamil Nadu and finally they drain into Bay of Bengal. The Tenpeniyar river flows for a distance of 247 km in the southeasterly direction in the districts of Krishnagiri, Dharmapuri, Vellore, Tiruvannamalai, Kadalur and Viluppuram. That is, this river traveled for about 247 km in southeasterly direction. In southeast direction, covering the districts of Krishnagiri, Dharmapuri, Vellore, Tiruvannamalai, Kadalur and Viluppuram. It branches into two, namely Gedilam and Ponnayar, near Tirkoilur Anikat. So, near the place Tirkoilur Anikat, the Tenpennayar river splits into two, namely Gedilam and Ponnayar. The Gedilam river joins the Bay of Bengal near Kadalur, and Ponnayar river joins the Bay of Bengal near the Union Territory of Puducherry. You would be familiar with these rivers. The Gedilam river is found in Kadalur, and Ponnayar river you can find on the way to Kadalur from Pondicherry. These two rivers finally end at Bay of Bengal. Chinnar, Markanda Nadi, Vanniyar, Pambar are its tributaries. So these are the smaller rivers which join the main river. So they are called as the tributaries. Heavy rainfall in the river source cause sudden but short-lived floods. So whenever there is a heavy rainfall in this region, it causes sudden floods, but it lasts only for a short period of time. The river is extensively dammed for irrigation, especially in Tamil Nadu. That is, this river acts as a major source for irrigation, especially in Tamil Nadu state. There are reservoirs at Krishnagiri and Sathanur across this river. In order to store water, dams or reservoirs are built across this river in Krishnagiri and Sathanur. The Ponnayar is considered sacred by Hindus, and festivals are held during the Tamil month of Thai. So the Hindus worship the river Ponnayar as God. We already know Hindus worship rivers as God. Likewise, in this region also, Hindus worship the Ponnayar river as their god, and festivals are also held during the Tamil month of Thai. That is, during the Pongal season, you would have heard about this festival, Aatru Thiruvizha. It happens in the month of Tamil month of Thai, that is in January or February. Next we will see about the Vaigai river. Vaigai river rises from the eastern slopes of the Varsanadu hills of Western Ghats of Tamil Nadu. We already know the Varsanadu hills are present in the Western Ghats. In the physical map of Tamil Nadu in your book, you can find the Varsanadu hills in Western Ghats. These Varsanadu hills are present in the Theni district. So in this political map here, you can find the Vaigai river originates from the Varsanadu hills of the Theni district. It passes through the districts of Madurai, Sivagangai and Ramanathapuram. So on the river flow அப்படியே வந்து follow பண்ணிட்டு வந்தீங்கன்னா, you can see the districts it covers. That is, it originates from the Theni districts and passes through Madurai, Sivagangai and Ramanathapuram districts. It drains an area of 7,741 square kilometer, which lies entirely in the state of Tamil Nadu. So it covers an area of 7,741 square kilometer, and it deposits all its sediments in this area, which lies entirely in the state of Tamil Nadu. The total length covered by this river is 258 kilometers. That is, it travels for about 258 kilometers. It discharges its water into the Ramanath Big Tank. Ramnath is the short form of Ramanathapuram district. In that district, it discharges its water in the big tank. In Tamil, it is called as Periya Kanmai. And also, it fills other small tanks in that district. After filling all these tanks, the remaining excess water is finally discharged into the Palk Strait near Ramanathapuram. Next, we will see about the river Tamarabarni. The name Tamarabarni is explained as Tamiram, which means copper, and Varni, which means streams of river. This river, Tamarabarni, gives a copper-like appearance because of the presence of dissolved suspended red soil. Because the red soil is dissolved in the river, the water of this river gives a copper-like appearance. This river originates from a peak in Podigai Hills. The other name of the Podigai Hills is Agastya Malai. So this river originates in a peak in Agastya Malai, which is in the Western Ghats above Pabanasam in Ambasamudram Taluk. The origin of the river is associated with sage Agastya. There is a story or history about this river, that is about the formation and origin of this river, which is linked with the sage Agastya Munivar. This river flows through the districts of Tirunelveli and Thoothukudi, and finally it ends in Bay of Bengal near Punnaikayal in Thoothukudi districts. The river Tamarabarni, after flowing through the districts of Tirunelveli and Thoothukudi, it finally ends in Bay of Bengal in a place called Punnaikayal in Thoothukudi district. Karayar, Servalar, Manimuttar, Gandhanadi, Pachayar, Chittar and Ramanadi are its main tributaries. In this tabular column, you can find the major waterfalls found in Tamil Nadu. The name of the waterfalls and the districts in which they are located are given. In your Tamil Nadu physical map, try to locate these places, that is the waterfalls.